Okay, I don't have a script for this video. It's just some complaining about Dead by Daylight. I know I'm saying this while I'm playing Star Stable. So, but the video has nothing to do with Star Stable. It's about Dead by Daylight. I know people have already made videos about this, but I have some words for it too. Because I don't fully agree with everyone's view on the topic. Basically, what's happening is a bunch of are people are noticing that DCs are pretty common, and so obviously people are talking about that. They're calling it the DC epidemic, which I agree with. It's a lot of DCing. Sometimes I have like every match of my day almost has a DC, no matter how I play. Like I'm not farming, but I'm also not tunneling or slugging on purpose either. If you're gonna if you're gonna body block me or you're the only person I can find because the rest are hiding, of course I'm gonna tunnel. But I'm not going out of my way to tunnel, like some killers I've had. Not to name any names, but there's this cringe Rafe, I think it is, on YouTube, who does that on purpose, and also some other people who are just dare to get rage out of people. You know the kind of people I'm talking about, though. Probably. If you've seen them on here. And, like, I understand DCing against people like that because they're just trying to ruin your fun. But I mean, if you're DCing against someone who's just playing normally and you just don't like that you're losing, that's a whole different thing. And not just DCing, giving up on Hook. Like, it's kind of dumb. And I'm the kind of person I don't usually have a problem with people giving up on Hook because, maybe they get headaches from a certain killer, or maybe there's only like one other person left. Where they're being camped or whatever, and they don't want to play the match anymore. But if literally nothing happened, other than you don't like the killer, it's like, if you don't like most of the games, just don't play the game. If it's only like Plague you're DCing against because you have a metaphobia, then that's one thing. But if you're DCing against like 20 plus different killers, I'm exaggerating there, like 10 different killers because you just don't like how they play, then don't play the game. Like, how hard is that? But DVD players, nothing makes them happy. And speaking and just the killer side of it, people who like just I know like it's not just their fault, but it's partly those people too. The people who tunnel TTVs just to get or camp people or whatever just to get a rise out of them. It's like you're part of the problem. Like most of the matches I give up are just because I get killers like that, and I don't DC too often outside of Doctor because his power gives me a headache, and same with Clown. And what was I saying? Something about. Oh yeah. And the only other thing I DC against are people like that who just tunnel and camp. Not because they're new. You can tell the difference between someone new and tunneling and someone who's camping just to be annoying. Because the person who's new is never able to loot me. But the person who's just tunneling because they want to get a rise out of you, like they're not bad players even. They're just, you know what I mean? Like I won't DC against a bad player who can't really catch me and chase, and the second that they down me, they decide they have to tunnel or camp. Like I don't blame them. You're bad. You're new, obviously. But the player who's able to down me in like 30 seconds or less, well, even a minute or less, and decides they have to, well, yeah, 30 seconds or less, and decides they have to tunnel or camp, you're just doing that to annoy people, be for real. Like, they're part of the problem. Like, just play normally. Stop trying to get attention. Well, and speaking of that, I had, like, a game where I downed somebody, like, not even a minute into the game. It was like 40 seconds or something into the game. And then that person gave up. So two others DC'd, and so it was just Ania left. I love her. She didn't DC. I gave her the hats, by the way. She was a cutie. She let me get some points off the bots. And then I let her go. And she gave me her med kit before she left. Love you, Nia. I love you, Nia players. Anyway, that's all. I just had to complain about that. Get that off my brain. Because it's just so annoying. And if you DC just because you hate a certain killer and not for an actually good reason, like an emergency or like a killer gives you headaches or seizures or a phobia reason. As long as you don't have like a ton of phobias and it's only like one or two. Just don't play the game. That's all. Bye.